Hi, and congratulations on completing, or at least beginning week 8, finishing week 7, which is our last week of, or week 8 is the last week of our course. This week is entitled Theology and Prophecy. We have 2 written assignments, or at least 1 written assignment and 1 written or video assignment, and then a discussion post. So even though this is our last week, it is a busy week, and I encourage you to get started so you're not bumping up against the deadline of the course. All right, so let's go to goals. First, to demonstrate an understanding of the message of the prophetic books. So we're going to take a step back. We're going to look at the prophetic books and try to see what are our core themes that we've worked on throughout the semester. Second, to defend a position upon the extent of the link between beliefs about eschatology and ethics. And then finally, to reflect upon one's key learning and key disagreements in the course. Now, we have a long paper, a 4-page essay on theology and prophecy. So when Christians read the prophetic books, what should they expect to hear from God? And the idea here is to step back into our modern context, understanding the historical context and the interpretive skills that you've picked up. If you were talking to someone who said, I'm going to pick up the prophetic books and give those minor prophets a read, what would you encourage them to know? So in a 4-page essay, summarize thematically the messages of the prophets for readers today. So what are the core themes, and what are the core themes in light of what we, in our modern context, should be looking for? So if someone was going to pick up a prophetic books, what themes might they look for that they could apply to their lives today? What do they have to say, and how do they say it? In other words, not just give me the theme, but tell me, in fact, how those themes are put together, how a reader might understand them, and how they might interpret them. Also, what do they have to say that we may expect or like them to say? Or sorry, what do they not have to say that we might expect or like them to say? So what preconceptions might we bring to the table when reading the prophets for the first time that in fact really aren't there? And we need to be aware that we're reading those into the text as opposed to getting them out of the text. Be sure to provide examples from Scripture and also examples from your reading. Now, our assignment 8.2 is either a 5-minute video or a 3-page paper. I would encourage you, we haven't had a video this semester, I would encourage you to tackle the video side of that just as a way to get some practice. But also, I find that the video grades are higher than the paper grades, but I do recognize it takes a few more minutes to organize and present your video. An outstanding video would actually not just be a talking head or face, but would have some slides that might go along with it. In either case, I would love to see you put together a video. If you don't have the ability to do that, then a 3-page paper is, of course, fine. So we're looking at eschatology and ethics, and what a person expects in the future naturally informs how he or she acts in the present. In a video or a paper, I want you to defend a position on the extent of the relationship between eschatology and ethics. Feel free to disagree with Bratton. So first thing I would do is read Bratton, do your textbook reading, see in fact what is being said about the relationship between eschatology and ethics, and then whether or not you agree or disagree with the connections. The key questions are, to what extent does one's beliefs from the Bible about the future impact our ethical decision-making in the present? How or why? And then to draw out practical examples from your experience or study to support your position and interact critically with at least 2 sources. All right, so we have this video, we have a long paper, and then we also have a discussion where you're to respond to 2 questions. The first question is, what is the most significant lesson, whether personal or intellectual, that you learned in this course from which the reading, resources, or activity, in other words, be specific and include references as to what was the most important thing that either challenged you intellectually or personally. Also, what did you disagree with most in the course's readings or resources? Again, be specific and include references. Include personal details of your ministry, context, life, or theological education thus far. In your responses to others, especially if someone says, I disagree with blank, if you also disagree with it, please use that as a way to say, I agree, this needs to go from the course. I am going to take some of these items and send them to the course creator to help them revise the course in the future. Last thoughts, call me or email me with questions. I'll still be in Antigua this week and through the end of the course, and then I'm heading to the US and on to the UK for the month of June. But I'll be around for the next 2 weeks until we finish up the course. Also be sure to complete the course survey that has been emailed to you. Those are a helpful way that Moody can evaluate the course. They also use it to evaluate me. Even though I'm not the course creator, I am your professor. And so that's kind of my scorecard for am I doing what I'm supposed to, and also a scorecard on when this course needs to be revised. So please take a few minutes to complete those surveys. And I want to thank you for all the hard work that you put in this semester, knowing that we have one more big week to finish. So have a great day, a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.